Thomas was alone. Wow, a weird first thought to have.
Hello everyone, my name is Lil Zergling, and today I'd like to present to you a little indie game by the name of Thomas Was Alone. Thomas Was Alone is a puzzle platformer created by Mike Bethel, and has music composed by David Houston. On the surface, Thomas Was Alone is one of the most basic, unoriginal games you could get. It's basically about blocks jumping up and to the right. But Thomas Was Alone manages to pull off something incredible. It adds character to each and every block that you play as, and manages to have a pretty interesting story.
It might have been paranoia again, but Thomas could have sworn the world was becoming more complicated. It always seemed to be one step ahead of his skills. It had been...
The story basically says that Thomas and all his other friends are AIs inside a computer. They keep on getting tested and keep on getting chased by an evil black cloud who wants to erase them from the network. Eventually, Thomas finds a way to link to the internet and receives a ton of information about, well, everything.
Thomas was connected to the internet for 12 seconds, and he had seen everything. He'd seen the cats who couldn't spell, he'd heard of the arrow through the knee. He felt there was probably a thing called cake, but that it was a lie.
This leads to him wanting to go running around on Gotham City, firing portals or chasing dragons while yelling Fusro Da. But sadly, Thomas cannot do that, so him and his new friends go off and try to change the network so that other AIs can do just that.
Thomas knew he'd never meet Nathan Fillion or a Transformer. He'd never get to visit Gotham City or eat at Moobies. It didn't matter. If he and his friends jumped into the creation matrix, they could give everyone else in the simulation a chance to.
The story is interesting enough, but the real thing that this game has is character. This is a game that takes a bunch of rectangles and gives them a name and a personality and a problem to overcome. A great example of this is with Chris.
Chris had been doing fine. He wasn't the highest jumper, but he'd held his own. He'd even been graceful at times. Well, not actually. Not technically graceful, it's probably the wrong word, but you know, fine. There was that skinny little runt leaping about like he owned the place.
Chris is shorter than everyone else and can't jump as high. He constantly needs help to reach higher places, and needless to say, it says through his narration that he is jealous of everyone around him and he feels a little insecure. But what's amazing about this game is that after it tells you that, it shows it to you, and not through some dull cutscene, but through the actual gameplay. This game is so incredible at telling a story, and it just captures you and makes you want to play on.
Was this good? Because on the surface, it did not seem good. Chris was pretty scared. Little Red seemed fine, happy to be on his merry little adventure.
This game is all about bringing you into the world with incredibly well-built characters and a beautiful sweeping score to boot.
Chris wondered if Thomas was still alive somewhere. He wasn't going to go looking for him, but he did wonder, and that showed character.
It really adds to the atmosphere and feels like the cherry on top of this great game. This game took me about 3 hours to complete, and I was playing it at a fairly reasonable speed. However, it just feels perfect with the length. It tells its story, it doesn't overstay its welcome, and it leaves a great lasting impression. Thomas Was Alone is an incredible game that is more deserving of your attention. It's about $10 on Steam and 50% off during the Steam sale. definitely go pick it up. Give it a try. It has a lot of deep messages behind it, and it's all about overcoming problems and changing to become a better person. And in some ways, that's kind of what the new year is about. You look back on everything that's happened this year, and you change yourself as a person to become better. Go ahead and pick up Thomas Was Alone. It's a great experience.